Good evening, my name is Adam R. Wood. They call me the Zotmeister. I know I have a run of the original Dark Souls on this stream that I haven't finished yet, but I unfortunately also have a capture card that is not doing so well lately. So, I'm going to let that have a rest. I do intend to finish that run eventually. But instead, I'll start a Dark Souls Remastered run. I've got it sitting here. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm probably going to end up using the same strategy. So this game might not look terribly different unless certain things move around in Remastered. This is the first time I've played Remastered, but not even remotely the first time I've played Dark Souls. With that said, I still don't want any spoilers, and definitely no backseat gaming, just in case somebody is watching this game for the first time. I don't want chat to be loaded up with issues that I am vehemently opposed to. Yes, I am playing this on the Xbox One, since I can stream directly from that. And have decidedly fewer CPU issues, so hopefully that will go well. I'm hoping that my mic audio isn't drowned out by the game. I think I've got things set reasonably well, about the best that I can muster, I think. Hopefully it comes through all right, but if any issues pop up, by all means, please let me know in chat. Feel free to @ me. I would like to know those things as soon as possible. I know that the last time I tried to stream something, I did so in a party, and my voice was basically drowned out by the game, and the person in the party with me was much louder than the game, and I have no idea how that was even possible, much less how that happened. With that said, not in a party right now, so hopefully we won't have any issues of that nature. Without any further ado, let me get this started. Close enough. You probably can't see the dragon on stream, although, yeah, you can't. Although I actually can see it on my own monitor, but that's fine. Already went through those. I think they're good. Oh. Oh, wow. Button config, Pretty sure all the defaults are gonna be fine. Oh, I could set jump to be on a click of the... Lock target on or off. Reset camera on the right stick, huh? Yeah, I remember Dark Souls 2 having a jump on a stick. It should be fine. It should be fine this way. It's kind of what I'm used to anyway. Oops, it's gonna make me hit OK on all this. I should probably set it on the left stick, huh? Simply because I've gotten so used to that. That is... Oh, whoops. So how do I... There we go. Yeah, I always thought that the jump mechanic in the original Dark Souls was one of its greatest weaknesses. When Dark Souls 2 gave it a separate button, I was like, okay, that's a hell of a lot better. So let me go ahead and do that. Right. Well, nah. Who do I want to name? Let's call her Twitchy. And yes, her, of course. Choose Thief, I start with a master key. Extra for free. I'm not sure I actually want that leniency, though. Pyromancer. I wonder if they changed resistance counting against your levels or not. My own personal preference tends towards Sorcerer. Something to be said for picking, say, Wanderer. I'm trying to remember what I picked in my original run. I could pick something else this time. Maybe I should pick a thief and, yeah, you know what, let's go thief this time. Bring the old witch's ring. This is extremely annoying to get your hands on any other way. Her name is Twitchy. She's got to have a slim physique. I'm not gonna spend ages trying to set up the face. Let's go for Dragon Scholar. Yeah, she's not going to be bald. Natch. Which ponytail? Who do I just want to... Let's go for this one. I think what I want to do here... Let's go with reddish hair. Actually, just how striking do they end up making it if I do that? It's not really natural red hair. Natural red hair is more like that. But she's not gonna have the same color eyes. We're gonna make those green. Striking emerald eyes. There we go. Works for me. Alright.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. Seath, the scales, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless lights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
So first off, let me say, holy crap, is this beautiful. Compared to the original, I didn't think it would be that striking a difference. Secondly, I've always loved how this game, you could spend hours creating your character, tweak the shape of the face and everything, get them exactly the way that you want. And then this game starts you off in a state of undeath. Your beautiful character, it looks all wrinkled and decrepit. I love how this game starts you off with that big kick in the dick. I love that. I admit it. I totally love that. Curses? Alright, I need to remember that the camera is on head look? I'm actually not sure I want that. There we go. Oh yeah. The plot in this game is revealed pretty much entirely through item descriptions. Where's the, yeah, there we are. A mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell, and on its person was this key. Who was this knight? What was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one must still forge ahead. But I do also have this master key, something that a thief starts with. In the cursed land of the undead, most doors are better left unopened. Yeah, I think I intentionally avoided getting the master key on my previous run, but I can take advantage of that sort of thing on this run, I think. Hope I'm not wrong. I should have checked certain elements of my previous run before I started this one, but I kind of didn't leave myself the time to. The dark sign signifies that an accursed undead, those branded with it are reborn after death, will one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. I also have this black separation crystal if I need to tell some enterprising invader to go away. Yeah, that's actually a good way of phrasing it, Denton. I like that. Withered piece of bacon. Yeah. The hilt of this lost sword was found discarded in the asylum. Only slightly better than one's bare hands, and not recommended for extensive use. Be certain to find a replacement quickly. I intend to. The black leather set that you start with as a thief is actually pretty decent. It's really good elemental resistances. Yeah. Mask of sinners. They hide their faces, stifle their voices, and hide in the shadows. Does not provide much in the way of defense. Yeah. Smooth black leather, extremely quiet. And this, the Old Witch's Ring, my starting gift. Thieves always start with the Master Key. You get to choose one extra one as a thief, and I went with the Old Witch's Ring. Old ring from an old witch. Engraved minutely with indecipherable script, but seemingly useless. Yeah. The game that actually does have a really nice purpose, and the way of getting a ring, if you don't choose it as a starting gift, is incredibly esoteric. But yeah, you won't see that come up for quite some time. Hey GTF, good to see you. Stats. Start as level... Pardon me. Glad I don't have a camera tonight. Level 5. It's been a little while. Yeah, these messages... Yeah. Right stick camera controls. Right bumper attack, but I don't beat up on passive. This is called foreshadowing. He's an entirely optional boss you can try to fight later. He's stupid hard. Oops. Yeah. Yes, target lock. I mean, his situation's no better than my own. Why mess with him? I'm not evil. Might be a thief, but hey, you gotta do something to survive in these times, right? I figure she was just trying to avoid being captured. She realized that she had the dark sign and didn't want to be sent to the asylum. Blame her. Headcanon. So yeah, the first actual aggressive opponent that you meet in the game is a boss. As if to set the stage for the game, you're not supposed to fight him, you're supposed to run. Now, I could have... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I could have brought the black fire bombs along as my gift and actually fought him. And you do get a really nice reward if you beat him here rather than later, but it's not really going to be my strategy anyway. So here's the first asshole we're actually going to kill. Get your shield. There we go. The menu, change equipment, and lock, yes. Target shield. Small round metal shield. Lock? Parry! Wait a minute, is there a... Oh, he's running away now. It's not gonna be so easy for him, though. And it's knife. Here we go. This wide, single-edged short sword is the favorite of lowly thieves and bandits. Primarily a slicing weapon, but highly effective when used for critical hits, such as after parrying or from behind. Let's put that on. Could actually set things up so that I could use them both and switch between them. What's the point? Of course, he knows I'm standing here. He can see my dagger around the corner. I don't know why I'm hiding. There we go. And there are my first souls. The Twitch interface bar is actually covering my soul count. Annoying. Oh! Well, he didn't make it far now, did he? Saying hi to him shortly, but first... There actually isn't anything back here, is there? something up there, but getting to that is non-trivial. He would be in a sealed room. Well, there's a way of unsealing it. This just leads back out to the first bonfire there, to the courtyard. I see something at the top of the steps there. Yeah, it's pain in the arse.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Very important thing to have.
Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Right. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Yes. The undead treasure these dull green flasks. Funny, it looks orange. It's green when it's empty. Filled with Estus at bonfire. Fills HP. The Estus flasks are linked to the Fire Keepers. The Dark Tales also make reference. An emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame, and dies to protect it further. Oh, glorious. Screw you! I would have been so incredibly disappointed with myself if I didn't get that parry first try. You have no idea. I would have been so sad. Yes. Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison segmented by countless iron bars. Even if an undead were to escape from a cell, passage to the outside world would not be gained easily. So you can also two-hand a weapon, but who's going to two-hand a dagger? Sting at bonfires revives enemies. It's a bad thing. I know you're there. I mean, fine. Don't you dare ignore me. And there's an archer further ahead, but we'll just stay out of their range, shall we? Until they're the only one left. Bye. And one more in here. This is actually an armored knight. Oh, no, I missed that parry. Oh well. Darn. I guess we missed us. He got a long sword. lack the strength to properly wield this. I have to level strength up once. Till then, I'm actually heavily penalized if I try to use it. Yeah, if you look at this, physical attack 56 plus 11. That plus 11 is a bonus that comes from my stats. You see that strength has a small effect, and dexterity has a large one. E and B ratings. Yeah, here, this sword is strength of 80, but the stat bonus, so to speak, is negative 49. And that is because my strength is, doesn't meet the required parameters, you can see. Closer to the center of the screen, bottom right of this panel. So yeah, let's stick with the dagger for now. Alright, hopefully I get this guy the first time. I know it's been a while and all, but still. You deal a lot of damage to him when you plunge on him like that. Of course, the rest of the fight is dodging his attacks. His big, sweeping... Oops, I didn't get the jump there. Oh, actually kind of decent with that. Nowhere near that. A well-timed dodge can get you past almost anything. Oh boy, here it comes. A tin spoon does not a parry make. Should I take a swig of the Estus out, just in case? No! Nice try, though. So I'll take this nice and easy here. Oh! One attack too many. So good night, Gracie. Right. Bosses like that do not respawn when you rest at a bonfire. Do that real quick. And we should now have ourselves Big Pilgrim's Key. Opens inner door of Undead Asylum main hall. This chosen undead knows not what this pilgrimage has in store. Boy howdy. Well, since you asked, Brimcon, I am not going to manage a deathless run. I am well aware of this. I do want to try to keep deaths to a minimum, but my real goal, what really concerns me, is actual soul loss. And I'm surprised more people don't play with this in mind. If I die, that's okay, but I will try to pick up my lost bloodstain. I will try to do that. I want to keep that to a minimum. So-called double death. I want that to stay at none, if at all possible. Which is why I'm keeping track. People are going to ask me all the time, so I go ahead and put the death count there. what really matters to me is how many lost blood stains I've had over the course of a run. No, I'm not actually going to call the run a failure at any point. I'm just going to try to keep these things minimized. Oh man, that nest, that actually is a thing. And it's a really, really strange mechanic, although I think in this version they made it so that the exchanges are instantaneous. You don't have to quit the game out and reload it to swap items. Soul of a lost undead who has long ago gone hollow, used to acquire souls. Souls are the source of all life, and whether undead or even hollow, one continues to seek them. Let's just go here. Xbox One Remastered.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Oh boy. It all starts anew. Right, yes, humanity is an item in the game. Rare, tiny black sprite found on corpses. Used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves? What I can actually do is put that item on my item bar here. Select it when I need it. The number you see in the upper left corner, the 00, is my current humanity count. And there's something very important that I can do with it. While I'm at a bonfire, I can level up now, but there's also these 2 options. To kindle a bonfire is to make it stronger. And what that affects is how many uses of your Estus flask you gain when you rest at that bonfire. The maximum you fill it up to, I should say. You may have noticed that earlier it was 5, but you can see right now I have 10. That is because this bonfire has actually already been kindled once. Because there is an active fire keeper on it. I'll show you her in a moment. In order to kindle a bonfire at all, I have to restore my humanity. That costs 1 humanity, and makes me look decidedly less undead, and that gray circle becomes white up there. And it also costs a humanity to kindle a bonfire above that. When you first light them, they start at enough for 5 uses of the flask. You can kindle up to 10. To go beyond 10, up to 15, and then 20, that actually requires a special item that I'll be getting off of a boss at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. Because I can't actually do either of these things for this bonfire, I might as well just sit on it. Okay, I'm trying to remember what I actually need to set these stats to for what I have in mind for this run. But, I can definitely add a point to strength. I can use that, longsword I'm holding instead of just the dagger now. And, vitality is overrated. I'm going to need some endurance in order to keep my stamina meter full. That's kind of important, and I'm going to want to make sure that my equipment load stays relatively thin. If you are wearing equipment that is heavier than your equipment load, you are going to be unable to dodge. You're going to move very slowly, you can't run. And you're actually going to be rolling very slowly unless your equipment weight total is under half your load. And if you want to have a really sprightly dodge, you actually have to be under a quarter of it. Not exactly a quarter or under, I think works. So yeah, I have enough souls to level up 3 times. It doesn't matter what stat. The cost to level up is based on your current level. Fat roll for life. Resistance, boosts your physical defenses slightly, your poison resistance. Dexterity is actually going to be very important for me. I intend to go about this game in the manner that I think is easiest, so I will actually be doing a sort of combination dexterity sorcery run. I might throw in pyromancies at some point. Yeah, I'll use whatever tools the game gives me. But yeah, the big old hulking tank that puts everything into strength and carries an enormous club, that just doesn't interest me. So yeah, I'm not going to be taking that approach. With that said, I am going to need some amount of strength in order to handle certain necessary minimums. Minima? That's the plural of minimums. Minima. A little extra endurance won't hurt, and if my equipment loads a nice round number, I know what it is. I don't have to keep checking on it. And, yeah, I'm going to want a little more in dexterity as well, so let's go ahead and set that. Let's lock those levels in. Okay, with that having been done, I can now put on the longsword. Oops. You can see that I'm not being penalized. Instead of minus 49, it's plus 12. So yeah, that longsword is now strictly superior to the bandit's knife in every way, except for the fact that the bandit's knife... Yeah, I'm having interface problems here. Yeah, the bandit's knife has a boost to critical hit damage. So yeah, critical with the longsword does 100% damage, no boost there at all. Bandit's knife does an extra 47% damage with a crit. Alright, so I should have a nice straight stab with that now. Yeah, you can see one big stab like that takes a pack of stamina. And you see how fast it recovers there. A green bar. Gotta keep that topped up. Snoring. Oh, not yet, no. You have to ring one bell first. A lot of people, the first time they play this game, they try to go this way, run up against skeletons, and think, this is way too hard for a start. And the answer is, yeah, it is. It's because, this is a more advanced route. There's a much better way to go first. But I do want to try to grab a few things real quick, like... I think I can handle a skeleton or two, even if I do have a sword instead of a club. With that said, though, I might be wrong. Yeah, you see how little damage I do to them? Could do more with a parry, but that's kind of risky. Oh dear. Then he's got a sword, so he can, excuse me, he's got a shield. He can try to mess with my day too. Oh, that is his parry stance. You don't want to attack him when he's doing that. That would be a bad thing. A very, very bad thing. Oh, that was fast. Alright, I gotta squeeze in that. So that didn't take long. That did not take long at all. That's okay. That's okay. Deaths are fine. You don't really lose anything if you're not human. Just as long as you actually do pick up your bloodstain again. Should be right where I died. Or very close to it. And there it is. Cover lost power. No biggie. Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna have to be brave about this, I guess. No, I'm just gonna run. Yeah, she's not ready to head that way. Here we go. Oh no, did one actually follow me down? Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, I can't rest at the bonfire if there's an enemy too nearby. Any amount of souls is too many to lose. That's my goal. No lost bloodstains. Alright. Oh, right. I picked up a large soul of a lost undead here. Let's use these. That one's worth 200. I can actually use more than one at a time, and I know that was something they added in Remastered. Just to put them on the quick slots and then have to pop them off one at a time. I don't think that's enough to level up, though. Yeah, not quite. Okay. Yeah, the skeleton's afraid of the bonfire, apparently. Yes, here we go. Much safer early opponents, much squishier. Also, bite me. You too. Gotta love the parries. I get too much closer, though, this guy, yeah. He's armed with fire bombs. That's a problem. But if you just straight up rush him, there's this other guy around the corner here that comes. So let's lure him back out this way. No. Yeah, the target shield is actually very good at parrying. The smaller shields have more leniency on that than the larger ones. The largest shields, the great shields, can't parry at all. Instead, you can actually use them as a bashing weapon themselves. Go. What are you looking at? Wuss? You haven't got the balls. No balls. Yeah, take your time coming down the steps. Let me heal, thanks. Like I said, no balls. Get off my staircase. If anyone gets that reference, I'll be impressed. Oh, yeah, there's a rat in here, too. We can one-shot that. In the original Dark Souls, about half the time, that rat after killed would just clip through the floor. Yeah, there is something I left back here. You. Come on. Be shy. Idiot. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. That's okay. Hollow Soldier armor. I could wear his equipment, but I'm sure it's heavier than I would want to wear right now. Same, I could look at it anyway. Weight 7.8. Armor worn by hollow soldiers may be old and battered, but its iron construction makes it quite sturdy. Where's the... Okay, my current equipment load is 19.8. Alright, nice and low. I can go up to 25 and still have maximum agility. Locked gate up ahead. It's not open from this side. And here. This is where you're expected to start the game. Whoops! He came up a lot faster than I expected him to. And he's spazzing out something fierce. Uh-oh. Alright, so this is a problem. Ah! I totally thought I could parry that. Wow, I am doing absolutely terrible. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind deaths. I know they're gonna happen. They're gonna be a thing. Just as long as I get my bloodstain back. This is why I do like to pick a sorcerer. Makes the early stuff a lot less annoying. attack due to the height variation. That's okay. So we're just gonna have to... I want to lure out that other guy. There he is. Dropped a helmet. Oh my word. Okay. Let's get you up from there. Ragdoll! Ragdoll! I don't have to fight you, but I'm going to anyway. Interesting. Quite get the parry. We sort of traded blows on that one. Alright. Rat. For some strange reason, rats are the game's largest source of humanity. I have no further comment regarding that. So, a shortcut back to my bloodstain. I can just drop down here. And I pretty much crushed the guy that was standing at that dead end. I love this game. Come on, this way. Something here. That's a dead end. Yeah, so the other enemy that showed up is... yeah, it's these two guys. Start hanging onto the side of the ledge there. Well, that didn't work for a parry. Oh well. Yeah, if you manage to get up to them before they drop off, you see like those two guys over there, you can one-hit kill them. These guys actually will normally wait until you've gone past them to try to ambush you from behind. Yeah, if you see them. Down they go. This guy, however, not so dumb. The idea is that those two will come out when those two pop up, so you actually end up surrounded by 4 of them. Rubbish. That's what it says on the tin. It's basically one thing of value you can do with rubbish. Enemies that fell down the ledges finally dying, giving me their souls. We can just pop right back over this way. I think there's any... yeah, there's no, like, enemy on the mid-level there. I got that item already, so I can just get across here. Oh, yes, you use bombs, don't you? George Fan. Did you meet George Fan at PAX East? There's someone I would love to meet. Yeah. Oh, nice! You must build a boat! I admit it, I have those games, I played them, I enjoyed them. Alright. Quite a light to traverse. warning that things are about to potentially get nastier. Alright, and... oh! Ooh, not quite. I don't think you can actually make that jump. You're actually intended to cross that gap from higher up, if I recall correctly. Thought I'd give it a try, though. It's nice that I can jump with a stick click. Hello, dragon! He's saying hi. Ah, there's a crossbow. It's a range I very much want to be out of right now. I have other enemies to fight. Ugh. Shield is not very good for tanking blows. Get a better one soon enough, but... fire at this angle, I dare ya. Surprised it's not the way to go. There is an item here. Larger shield. Now we just come up the stairs. And down he goes. Unfortunately, this bridge is also covered by some firebomb-wielding fools, and at the moment, I don't actually have a means of dealing with them at range. But that will change in very short order. First, however... bonfire! Hey, Skippy. Alright, so, resting at the bonfire. Yeah, 7 swigs of the flask, because this is a level 1 bonfire, so to speak. Alright, I'm actually not sure how I want to spend these just yet, but maybe a point of vitality is not a bad idea. Definitely a point of endurance. Basically, when you block a shot with a shield, you take what amounts to stamina damage instead of health. And if you, well, actually, some shields might still let a little bit of physical damage through. Yeah, if you don't have enough stamina to tank the whole blow, then, yeah, that's what causes you to stagger, lose your block, and leave you open to whatever the enemy's gonna do to you. Alright, I do actually want to become human so that I can kindle this bonfire. Although I know that means Sean is going to invade me. With his level 1 pyromancer. Because in order to kindle, you have to not be hollow. Sanity restored. Now I can kindle it with that other one up there. There we go. That's the character I designed. Yours truly. Okay. So all the other enemies have respawned. And I have somewhere I need to go. Back the way I came, slightly. We dropped something. Titanite shard. That'll be useful in the very near future. And you. Coming. These guys and their shields and their spears, they can poke with their spears without coming out from their block. So yeah, parrying very helpful against these guys. Unfortunately, if they're on the stairs, I can't take advantage of that. What I can do is take advantage of the fact that the shields are not 100% effective and actually chip away at them. Uh-oh. Oops, I did not do that right. Come on. Come on! One at a time, please. Yeah, you see this guy down here? That's where I need to go right now. Ooh, I actually got inside his shield on that blow. Okay, so that's one of them down. That was not a parry. Oh! He's doing the same thing. Fine, be that way. Gotcha! Prick. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. Oops. Oops. You hiding back there. Oops. Right. Where were we?
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Lots of little basic things that he sells. That residence key will open up a couple of very useful things. Various weapons. This is what I'm here for. Of course, to use that, I'm going to need some arrows. The increased cost of the stronger arrows is totally not worth it unless you have souls to burn. Volume is a lot more important. You can get a lot more damage out of a bunch of wooden arrows than you can like a third of the standard arrows. So I will do that. He also sells chainmail. Kinda nice. That'll do for
Things are getting
now.
treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
You're creepy, you
Here,
know that?
I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all. Thank you kindly.
The only sane characters you'll run across are the blacksmiths. You're not the boss of East Skeletor. Alright. In goes the short bow. Doesn't really say much there, except aim for heads of humanoid foes. Let's get those arrows equipped. Now, these arrows do not fly particularly far, nor do they inflict a terrible amount of damage, but their cheap cost makes them useful when volume is required. And it very much is, because what I intend to use them against has way too much health. As a matter of fact, the number of arrows that I have right now will not be enough. I'm going to have to invest in more. Surprise! Ha ha! Tuber! As for you... Okay. Getting in the practice. So they did change the interface for this from game to game. Making sure I still remember how to do it. Okay. Yay. Throwing knives. Let's put them in here. Lack means of other ranged attacks. And that is how you cover that gap. Oh, right, the firebomb guy is still below me, isn't he? Because I respawned them all. And we come up here, bump off there, and around the corner. A light crossbow and standard bolts. I do not like the crossbow nearly as much because it requires... the mechanics behind it are just different. You don't really get to shoot for distance with the crossbow. This is proving to be problematic. There we go. Sheesh. Not sure how much longer I should act. Oh, right, you. Oh, nice. Firebombs. Can equip those here, too. Yeah. Boom. I actually need to work my way back to Fireplace Shrine. Oh. Huh. Really? That's the... This is the way back. Now the gate's on that side. Oh dear. It's okay. It's okay. Ish. Ugh. So do that. I mean, I'm not that far from a bonfire. I could do a plunging attack on that guy down below. I have the tendency to fall off into the abyss. If I do that, though, so I'm not going to risk it right now. I could fire an arrow at you, but I'll waste it. There is an item way over there, as you can see. I'm not going to try to go... Oh, who am I kidding? Oh, fuck. Of course. I should have said I would go for that later. I wasn't that far from the bonfire, either. Oh, I got a ways to go to get that bloodstain. Ugh, how embarrassing. All 3 of my deaths so far have been pretty bad. embarrassing. Grab that, please. Thank you. Short sword. But I need that because I have a long sword, but... I tried to parry way too early. So these early enemies are so slow sometimes. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta do things over. What I can do is punch attack this guy. Take that fireball. Wait a minute, there's one in the room too. Yeah, okay. Oh dear. Bad place for a weapon with a long swing. There we go. That is why I like the swords. If things get ugly, you can poke with them instead. Backstab? Nope, not quite. I should have tried switching to the dagger first. I do still have it equipped. Yeah. Oh, speaking of bad decisions, there we go. I should heal. I don't want to plunge that guy either. Oh dear, right behind me. Ugh. This game isn't that difficult as long as you never forget anything. The moment you forget something, the game is going to remind you of it in the worst possible way. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, who the hell is coming down the steps? It's just a phantom. Yeah, there's my bloodstain. Easy peasy. I will have reason to want to go across there eventually, but it's not that important to do right now. With that said, though, I don't exactly like leaving things like that undone. But, if nothing else, I gotta rest at this bonfire first. I mean, seriously. Yeah, cannot kindle... Oh, that's right. If you die, you hollow out. And I died. Before I do that... Right, so here's the short bow's stats. Strength of D, yeah. Dex of A. Plus 64. That's how much my dex adds to it. And I think I'm gonna need that to be even higher. So I'm going to add another point of that. Oh yeah, and I should be using, stockpiling these. Another 1,000. Hello, Zeno. Do I want to level up Dex more, or do I want to buy more arrows? Actually, I think I want to buy more arrows. actually a staircase sitting right here in plain sight. Here's the aforementioned Firekeeper. What? No response. She cannot speak. Down here... we have yet another option. Direction to go from the start of the game. Soul of a nameless soldier. And here we have more enemies. Well, yeah, more hollows. Welcome to New Londo Ruins. Yeah, this is where total noobs can just farm for souls at the start of the game against enemies that do absolutely nothing. They're not even real enemies, they're just poor bastards that lost their minds. I like this one, he's just chilling. Yeah. If you want to, you can get a really easy kill on him just by kicking him off the ledge. This is one of the reasons I've come here, this right here.
Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Ricky of Vinheim. I was once an established smith, but look at me now. Can you believe it? Hmm? What is it? Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escape. It's safe here. I can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim.
Yes, here's the first of the game's several blacksmithies. Yeah, this guy, a lot of people seem to miss him entirely. Perhaps more so than any other game I can recall, this game rewards exploration. By putting very, very valuable and effective things just out of the way. Often hidden in plain sight. You just have to, you know, walk around and go all directions. So yeah, I can reinforce weapons here. And repair my equipment. It does actually lose, I forget what the game's actual term for it is. Durability over time. There we go. I'll be able to do this myself at a bonfire eventually. We're not quite there yet. Yes, Rickert here, being from Vinheim, he has available sorceries. So if you didn't actually choose to be a sorcerer yourself when you started, this is where you can first get the equipment in order to do some spell slinging yourself. You can get a free Sorcerer's Catalyst a little ways ahead into the game, but I'll just go ahead and buy this here. Soul Arrow and Heavy Soul Arrow. I can't actually afford them quite yet, but I'll get there. Just go ahead and repair all these things. The armor takes as well. And, reinforce weapon. It makes something a +1. This costs a number of souls, and that Titanite shard that I found. That is how you upgrade weapons, and I want to upgrade the short bow. More than anything else, I'm going to require that to be as powerful as possible very early on. So I will gladly spend that lucky early shard, as it were, on the bow. Save us all a lot of time.
What is it? There's nothing to talk about. We're both cursed, undead. But what's there really to moan about? Goodbye then. Keep your head on out there. You really helped break the monotony.
Alright, so I need to get myself up to 2,000. Done. Now I can buy Soul Arrow from
Hello.
him.
What weapons have you brought? Go on, show me. Come back soon. Smithing helps soothe my nerves. Don't let me wither away out of idleness.
But in order to actually use that, I have to do what is known as attuning it. And that requires me to go back to the bonfire. But first, this gate right here you normally open from the other side, but I can open it now with the master key. Large soul of a nameless soldier. Actually, let me not do that yet. And if I were sufficiently crazy, I could go to Blight Town right here and now. It's this way. Master key pretty much essential to a speedrun. But that is not what I want from here. Yeah, you see that husk of a thing hanging off the side of the ledge like that? That is very much alive, and it is blocking 3 very important pieces of equipment. That is what I need the arrows for. I need a lot more than I'm holding right now, even with the bow upgraded. Trying to melee it is an exercise in utter frustration, because it fills the entire ground around it with toxic sludge. But yeah, you just shoot it out. There's not a thing it can do about it. This requires a little bit of time, and it is so totally worth it. It's like the biggest advantage you have if you start with the master key is being able to clear out underneath that thing nice and early. And given that I have another run where I'm trying to do everything more thoroughly, as it were, I'll just go ahead and gladly cheese that out. Magic. Soul Arrow. Elementary sorcery. Fire Soul Arrow. Soul arrows inflict magic damage, making them effective against iron armor, tough scales, and other physically resilient materials. I have 1 attunement slot. If I raise my attunement stat, I gain more. Basically, my build strategy is whatever I find easiest, which is usually a sorcery dex combination. So yes, I am in fact intending to use both spells and arrows together. I will wait to pop that off until I'm back at the merchant. Now that I have sorceries available... I mean... uh-oh, did I get his attention? No, I didn't, okay. Yeah, I can actually look up stats on this. Yeah, I actually have an starting intelligence of 12, so I actually started with enough. I can totally do some spell slinging, just like this. Saves a bit of time, you know. Nice! Gotta love the twofers. So convenient. Just pop off enemies like this. Yes. I like being an all-range combatant. Oops. Spells at mid-range, swords at close range, bows when distance is required. Significant distance. Enemies just plain damage. What have I done? You gotta use the poke at him. The poke. Yay, humanity. Look at that. Yeah, master key, best key indeed. That's the best use of it, too. Nice. That might have increased the lock-on distance. The remastered. Or just made it easier in general. I approve of this. He's trying to block. Oops. I do try to parry quite a bit, if for no other reason than that it reminds people that with all these spells I'm slinging and arrows I'm firing, that I actually do know how to play this game properly. Some would otherwise complain. If you're parrying, you know, every few minutes, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he actually does know how to fight. There's another one for you. Almost parry. This guy, no, I can't be arsed. Okay. Dude, you gotta stop it with those bolts. I can't concentrate. Here we go. In my arse. Alright. At that bonfire, but not quite yet. Yeah, it's like, you know, I could dance around these guys and parry them and all that. You've seen me do that already. I'm just gonna shoot the fuckers now. I mean, seriously. Who's got time for that? Ah, let's get the shield back up. Oh, just die already! Finish him off. I didn't forget about you either. Fun. Okay, so let's pop this. About 1,000, I think. Yep. Lovely.
Oh, there you
Talk
are.
to him again.
Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead. Don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Sun praising will be coming. That will happen. It'll take a little bit of time. Dried finger should only be used with the greatest of caution. Online play item. Used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allowing the summoning of a third phantom, but also a second dark spirit. Oh, they changed its effect. They actually added an extra effect to it. Wow. Nice. Also makes the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier. Use with caution. Yeah, that was what it did in the original game, although it didn't tell you it did that. Right. I need to get lots and lots of wooden arrows.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
Hey, Downright. Yeah, I love this game. I unironically, unreservedly think this game is fantastic. I greatly enjoy playing it. I think it's a lot of fun. Let's just fight one of you, shall we? There we go. Let's make sure I still know how to do this. Check my arrow count. 870, that should be enough. That should totally be enough. Alright, so I am now going to shamelessly cheese out an element of this game. Utterly shamelessly. But again, I would remind you, I actually do know how to play. I've been parrying and everything. So please bear with me for a bit as I now unload hundreds of arrows into a stationary target. Oh, so I need to kill the rat apparently. Yeah, that rat, I think the reason why they put that rat in the game here nice and early is so that if all else fails, you have a place to farm humanity at the very beginning of the game. And you can get shot. Oh, wow. Actually turned fast enough so I get shot. I'm almost impressed. Oops. Really? No. Good thought, though. I'll get that item eventually, I swear it. Man, I hate jumping in this game. Okay. How much attunement? Oh, I don't have enough souls to level up, never mind. Alright. This is Lobos Jr. once said, it is amazing how powerful this game lets you be from the very beginning. However, and this is my own editorialization of that remark of his, it is amazing how well they hide this fact. How much they make you feel like you are so incredibly powerless. Once you actually learn the game, you learn its mechanics, you actually find what's hidden where and all that, it's astounding how much they open things up to you so quickly. Yeah, this way. Okay. Back through here. Right, it's a short bow plus 1. I've leveled up Dex a few times. I have 870 arrows. That should be enough. Hey Aquas, good to see you. I'm afraid you've come in at a pretty bad time, as I'm basically just going to be firing arrows into this thing for a few minutes. 19 per shot, that'll do. there's anything anybody would like to chat about, this would be a damn fine time. Yes, this is the strat. Thankfully, I actually got a lucky Titanite shard early on, so I was able to make this a short bow +1. It actually helps speed the process up significantly. I hate it when the health bar doesn't appear, but I do believe I still inflict damage. Yeah, I am looking forward to trying Sekiro myself at some point, but my backlog is not looking good for that. Yeah, that is going to be quite some time. Alright, looks like I'm about a quarter of the way there, so this is actually going to go by pretty smoothly. It's not going to take nearly as many arrows as I bought. Yeah, it's like every point of damage that you can get out of these arrows makes a huge difference in how much time this is going to take. But what you gain from buying standard arrows rather than the wooden is totally not worth the fact that the cost is more than triple. Yeah, I know what you mean! I have had to do a lot of not watching streams in order to not spoil things for myself. Just in general. Perhaps most notably, and what first comes to mind, given what I'm playing right now, is Dark Souls 3. I spent about maybe an hour or so with it, and it wasn't even at my place, my copy of it. That was quite some time ago. I have done an awful lot of not watching Dark Souls 3 being played, and I mean a lot. So that I don't spoil anything. Alright, halfway there. It's pretty good. Yeah, I am not running out of arrows. Might be less than 200 to do it. I started with 100... I started with 870. I'm now down to 770, and I've clearly done more than 50% damage, so yeah. I said a couple hundred arrows, it turns out it's going to be less than that. Yeah, getting that Titanite shard to drop was a huge help for this. It speeds the process significantly. Easily the best way of starting this game that I've found. Best use of Master Key. Give you access to this tool early on. I think that technically it's supposed to be a zombie dragon. It literally will not move from this spot. It will not fly away. Even if you get up close to it, it's going to just try to kill you by coating the ground around it in sludge. Now you can see right now from where I'm at, it's guarding. Oh, I'm actually dealing less damage at that spot. It's actually slightly weaker at certain points. I was never able to get away with stealing its gear without dying, and I don't want to risk leaving a bloodstain here. Yeah, there might be more efficient strats for this, but this is the one that I found. This is the one that I use. I know it. I can just dive right in and do it. Yeah, it's like even if you deal just one extra damage per arrow, it makes a huge difference in how long this takes. Just because of the quantity required. fly. Alright. Grab the gifts. Ostera's Straight Sword. Dragon Crest Shield. Soul of a Proud Knight. And if I recall correctly, there's one more item further ahead, but it might actually be behind the next Drake. Yeah, it's like a divot in the wall, and, yeah, I don't see it from here. Right! So, back the way I came, because, yeah, that zombie dragon is one thing. Those drakes might be decidedly smaller, but they are no easier to deal with. In fact, they are far, far harder. Oh yeah! I can actually come up here. And I have the feeling this has something to do with how you're sort of expected to deal with the zombie dragon. But yeah, I've already done my my trick, my technique. I could actually... This entrance to Blighttown is quite far away from the usual entrance, and it's sort of in its own spot, as it were. It's got its own, like, bits of loot and whatnot you can grab. So there's actually reason for me to want to go in here. I don't want to have to deal with them yet, frankly. Although I probably could. Yeah, this, like... In fact, I think there's a different kind of catalyst a short distance in. I don't even want to do that right now. I'll just go back the way I came. I grabbed my goodies. Alright, so Ostera's Straight Sword is a really good weapon. But I might actually need to increase, of all things, my faith stat before I can make the most of it. Yes, this does both physical and magical damage, as you can see there. Yeah, it actually warns me that it's gonna be, problematic if I try to put it on. What I want to do is this, yeah. 80 plus 14 physical, 80 minus 65 magical, which is probably still better than I'm getting. Straight Sword of an Unknown Knight, likely one of Ostera's superiors. High quality weapon with a powerful blessing. Yeah, it's like, well, a lot of weapons tend to drop off later on. I mean, hell, consider the Drake Sword I'm going to have shortly, which is insanely good early on, but eventually just gets, very much, outclassed. Dragon Crest Shield is a lot less effective at parrying, although I could put it on. It greatly reduces fire damage. There is that plus there. Yes, this wooden shield is kinda not worth it. I would rather keep the ability to parry. Like, it's tempting to switch to the Dragon Crest shield. That can actually reduce physical damage 100%, fully tank a blow. But, yeah, the greater the stability level of a shield, the less stamina damage you take when you block with it. Alright, so I actually need to level up Faith thrice in order get fully within the stat requirements of this. And that is so totally going to be worth doing. So I will be getting on that. Short order. I got souls, of course, from taking out the dragon itself, plus this is worth quite a few more on its own. It's another 2,000. I might be able to get 3 levels out of this. Yes, okay. When in doubt, endurance. 52? Okay. Is my current load. Alright. Could actually support something heavier. Yeah, there we go. Big difference between minus 65 and plus 7. Yeah, it's just straight up extra damage. And it has that blessing on it. And that has a very unique extra effect that is not really well explained by the game. I will demonstrate what it does. Well, more accurately, I will explain what it does because I can't really demonstrate it. In certain places, skeletons as enemies are actually only temporarily defeated. They can restore themselves over time after they're broken down. And the way that they do this is, well, by having a necromancer nearby. Until you take out that necromancer, skeletons can respawn. But there is a way around that. If you defeat such an enemy, these skeletons, there's no necromancer around here. I KO them, they stay down. I just could not get a parry on that guy. What the hell? Camera being blocked by the crow that brought me here. Using a blessed weapon to take out such a respawning enemy will actually prevent it from respawning. Which is going to make going through the area beyond here a lot easier to deal with. I won't have to worry about enemies respawning before I get to the necromancers. I can actually deal with them as they come along. I have no reason to wake those, so I'm not going to. Lots of goodies to be had around here. Heck, there's a really nice one here, but, yeah. Big Matachiki. There's no way I'm parrying him. I should just, switch shields. Maybe I shouldn't fight you. Maybe this is a terrible, terrible idea. Actually enter the upper ledge. I'm over that little body of water there. There's an item up here I forgot to grab earlier. Oh, are you stuck in the... No, I do not want to attack the crow. That is a bad idea. Damn it, game, stop looking under the crow. Oh, he was able to make it up here after all. I'm sort of cheesing this fight a little. Suppose I don't even... Oh. Suppose I don't even really need to fight him at all, do I? I think he's satisfied. I don't think he's gonna... I stand totally corrected. Oh, if you're gonna back off, I'm gonna shoot you. He's like, really? Oh, that was dumb. More damage to him with this sword, to be completely honest with you. Pissed. Looks like we're almost there. Yeah, there we go. He's 500 souls. That's not a small amount. And I really didn't want to stop going this way just yet. Oh, nice. Free Estus flask use. That happens when somebody else playing the game kindles a bonfire nearby. That's what causes that. There we go again. That's a whole bunch of skeletons. Yeah, I do not want to mess with them. Are they pursuing? The big one is, that took far too long to fight last time. Let me just, go back to the bonfire. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Okay. I really want to slog through the catacombs. I mean, I suppose I have everything I need in order to do it. What I get is really nice. I just really don't want to be worst. This whole area will be a lot easier once I have access to pyromancy. Skeletons hate fire as it happens. Just undead in general hate fire. That crow needs to stop blocking my camera view. Alright, you guys are really getting on my nerves. Oh, they came inside. I didn't expect them to. Not through that direction, anyway. Second step. But now that there's only one of you, you know what, screw your parry stance. If you're gonna do that, I'm just gonna shoot you. He's still doing it. What a freaking genius. That learned him. Yeah, like I said, they do not like fire. sometimes I forget I have those. Ah, I am so close to a level. I feel like I should get it before I don't mean to be grinding, I just... I'm that close, you know. They shouldn't have gone back to the bonfire. Bad habit. A good chunk of damage in on one of them anyway, while it's still forming up. I seem to have lost my lock-on, okay. Even if I'm attacking the one that's further away, I still want to reduce their numbers first and foremost. There we go. Plunging attack. Nice. Okay, so, what's the best way to go here? Looks like we got a couple more on the main road. Ooh! That was a good hit. Fortunately, he got a good hit too. Oops. Apparently I do need some practice actually fighting skeletons of all things. That didn't hit? Are you freaking kidding me? Alright, so this is bad. Pardon. I will not fight you there. As you might imagine, skeletons are relatively strong against swords. A club, something that deals crushing damage, is a lot better of a choice. Spells do something, but pyromancies are better. Pyromancies are spells, I should say sorceries. See that the kicking interface still kind of doesn't work. I can do a diving attack, but in this game, there's supposedly a mechanic for kicking, and I never seem to be able to get it to work. Another sort of muddy bit of the interface. Just like jumping. I mean, if they had an option to put kicking on a single button, I would do that in a heartbeat, but I didn't see that. There is one more item over this way, and, oops. I did not want to do that. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Nuts, and I think the only way to fix this is to frickin' rest at the bonfire again. Just slowly deal with all of them. And I think the big one's gonna prevent that. see. Almost out of soul arrows, though. Alright, so there's one of them down, but there's still plenty more. Great difficulty actually getting a parry against these guys, too. This one has no shield. Just a thicker sword. Big mistake. The red and white rounded shield. He went for a big blow. Paid the price. Ugh. Yeah, he can totally super armor through these shots I'm trying to take. Tried to get credit for a plunging attack there, that didn't exactly pan out. Oh crap, he kicked me! Look at them backing away from me. Oh no. Crow cam. Can we please? There we go. Goodbye. Okay. There we go. Without further interruption. Yeah, it wasn't carrying a shield, but it dropped one, yeah. I was sort of annoyed when games have disparity between what an enemy is carrying and what it drops. Oh, I guess that was the tall grass she was going through. Cute little item here. Binoculars. At least in the original version, there was some kind of, a mechanism you could use to try to use the binoculars to help you cause a... Oh crap, why did I do that? To try to snipe with sorceries? I never got the handle on that. Well, this is my only soul arrow left. Not getting any more help from that department. Oh, I do have this. Oh, really? He blocked the explosion? Bloody hell. I wonder how quickly I could swap in the other shield. Oh my word. Not quickly enough. Yeah, in case you were not aware of this, this game cannot be paused. It's 100% cannot be paused. If you're in a menu, the game's still playing. No, don't lock onto the... Stop trying to lock onto the crow. I don't care about the crow. Oh dear. Let's see if I can bait out an attack. Oh, no you don't. Slow, aren't you? There we go. Bye. Hello, Eureka. Oh, you know what I'm going to do real quick while I'm thinking about it? I'll be just a moment here. Yeah, I need to change the batteries in my controller. Sorry for that. It's like, I'd better change them before it's too late. Item here. Oh, I thought we were done with... Still some skeletons here, huh? And I'm out of soul arrows now. And fire bombs. It's okay, I got this. I hope. You overcommitted. Ow! 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 Oh, damn. Okay. Sheesh. You had to say that, didn't you? Went there. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's all the items up here, and all the enemies up here. This leads down to another area that I'm not ready for yet, but I can at least try to make it to a bonfire? Well, maybe I shouldn't. Alright, I'm already getting cold feet about this. Yeah, I'm not ready to properly go through here. I don't know who I'm fooling. If I didn't have a blessed weapon, it'd be even worse. There is a bonfire not too far in, but I'm a little concerned about even being able to make it there. Thought I heard somebody's footsteps other than my own. Yep, I did. Oh, damn. Drink. Yeah, these exploding head types. I hear another skeleton somewhere. Can I? Yeah, bait that out. They don't have a large range, but if you're close enough, it's gonna hurt. Oh man, I can't see down there. It's too dark. I know there are enemies down there. No, go ahead, call me a coward, but I'm backing up. I'm not gonna try to do this just yet. I feel like I am not sufficiently prepared. It was too difficult just getting that far. Yeah, don't even get me started. Alright, have I actually gotten all of the items around here? I know I grabbed... Oh, I thought I grabbed that one. It turns out I didn't. Yeah, There's actually quite a few other items in this area that I have yet to avail myself of. Meet Petrus. It's a long story. Is it? No. Seem to have forgotten how to navigate this area. Here we go. Six fire bombs. I actually used up all the ones I had, so I have to put those back on the quick select. This guy just needs to be communicated with to open him up.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Yeah, and if you do that, you miss out on a whole bunch.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Coins are not as useful as you might think in this game. They are very few and far between. They do serve one purpose. It'll be valuable eventually.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Okay.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
No thank you.
That is a shame. But each to their own. Speak to me if you have a change of heart.
Yeah, I think you do actually need to at least temporarily join that covenant in order to, get, If I recall correctly, Outworld, thank you so much for the resub. I greatly appreciate it. And supporting me for a full year now. Going for month 13, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. If I remember right, in Remastered, yeah, they removed the penalties for changing covenants and actually let you do it at bonfires. That's actually been opened up. Vastly appreciated.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
I may as well start this for now.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Hit the shrug gesture.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Yes, we can purchase miracles from him. Also fill attunement slots. And a talisman. Standard talisman issued to common believers. The Thoroland talisman. Yeah. This high miracle adjustment, which, thanks to divine protection, is not dependent upon faith. You still need to have the required strength and faith in order to wield the Thoroland. But yeah, it doesn't scale up as much as the standard talisman does, B and C. But it starts with a higher magic adjustment. Yeah, this is 118, this is 165. So yeah, it's like the Thoroland talisman is better until until you have enough faith that the original one actually surpasses it. But yeah, I'm not actually going to buy any of that right now.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Never had much use for the miracle approach in this game, honestly. So there's an item up here. Grab that. And this is the one place in the game where they have something hidden beneath where an elevator would be. The elevator hasn't arrived yet. We'll get there later. Yeah, there's some good treasures to be had back here. Cracked red eye orb from messing with other people playing the game. Free talisman, right there. Which is why I didn't buy one. Also a morning star. And this is a very unique, useful item in here. A homeward bone. I tend to believe these in the quick select. Bonfires are fueled by bones of the undead. In rare cases, the strong urge of their previous owners to seek bonfires enchants their bones with a homeward instinct. This returns to the last bonfire used for resting. Very useful for warping out of nasty situations like boss fights. And there's one more chest here, and it has something even more unique and fascinating in it. A supply of Lloyd's Talisman. So did they actually announce the real effect this thing has in this version of the game, or no? No. Talisman utilized by Allfather Lloyd's cleric knights to hunt down the undead. Blocks Estus recovery within a limited area. In the outside world, the undead are accursed creatures, and Lloyd's cleric knights are widely praised for their undead hunts. This blessed talisman blocks undead recovery, allowing the knights to fight with impunity. This is something that you use basically during online battles to prevent your opponent from drinking from their Estus flask. However, they have another undocumented feature, which makes them extremely valuable even in single player. When used on, of all things, a mimic, it stuns it. Mimics usually look like, treasure chests, but when you try to open them, they eat you. If you throw a Lloyd's Talisman at a mimic while it's still in the closed state, it will actually safely open up and let you take what it's equipped with. And it will also let you get in, assuming you want to fight it at that point anyway, a few safe hits before it wakes up and stands up and tries to eat you that way. Yeah, it lets you safely grab what it's holding. At least in the original release of Dark Souls, if you kill a mimic, but then die before you grab what it dropped, what it drops is gone forever. It actually despawns. If you manage to, so if you use the Lloyd's Talisman and pick it up in advance, that is something you do not need to worry about. Or you could just leave it. I mean, you don't have to fight the mimic. If you just leave it be from that point on, it's not going to try to come up and chase you. It's just going to close itself up again when the talisman wears out. So you can just completely ignore it from there. Yeah. A very, very useful, undocumented feature. I have no idea who discovered that. It certainly wasn't me. This game has a lot of real secrets buried in it of that nature. I actually got a backstab on him. Nice. I don't suppose it'll give me a plunge here, will it? No. But that's okay, it didn't have to. You don't have much health left. If I could just... Yeah, there we go. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. This is an incredibly well-designed game. And hooah! Shoutouts to Marcus. Okay, just 1 point of attunement gives me a second attunement slot. That's what I thought. So I do want to do that. I have enough souls left. I might be able to buy heavy soul arrow from Rickert. Go find out.
Ah, hello. I was beginning to wonder when you'd come. Have you materials? Well, go on. Show me.
Oh, that would be 4,000. No,
Come back soon.
not doing that yet.
Smithing don't let me...
But maybe if I pop off some of these... No, there's not going to be 4,000 in this. Not quite, anyway. Okay. I actually, have some low-hanging fruit this way. Remind me. Estook. And here we have to break this jar. It's on the corpse in it. Transient curse. Right. So, this area here, New Wanda Ruins, is a pain in the arse. Limb of the victim of a curse. Temporary curse allows engagement with ghosts. The only way to fight back against ghosts who are cursed beings is to become cursed oneself. The safest method, however dreadful, is to cut off an arm of the dead. This area is loaded with ghosts. Absolutely loaded. The transient curse item will buy you some time to temporarily be able to fight them. But a much better solution is to actually challenge them with a cursed weapon that will actually allow you to fight them without having to worry about juggling items. Yeah, I mentioned that I could do that, Eureka. I just really didn't want to. I started to step into Blight Town. I was like, yeah, no. That's just basically not what I want to do right now. I don't want to go that way. I don't want to go through the catacombs either. I'll probably just go through the burg. A little reminder I do know how to play the game. There we go. You can actually zoom in a bit with the D-pad. Something. Wait for his next. Aww, I hate it when that happens. Should I try to get that item now, or should I just wait until frickin'... There's going to be a second thing to go over there for later, which is why I'm not worried about getting it now. Oops. Really? Nice. One thing that I should note, when it comes to item drop rates from enemies, there are quite a few ways of boosting it. It's actually a visible stat what your item drop rate percentage boost is. Right center, item discovery. It's at 150 right now, and the reason why it's 150 rather than 100 is that I have a humanity in stock. The more you have, the greater that goes up. Although, the amount it scales by decreases with each point. I want to say up to, like, 10? I forget the exact details. Plus there are, bits of equipment you can put on that will increase that. So if you're trying to farm for a particular item, the game actually has you covered. Makes that easier to do. Do I actually need to go this way? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. That crossbowman is still shooting. Can we lock on, please? Thank you. Oh, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Could you quit it? Ugh! Asshole. Okay. Oops, what am I doing? There's a better way of doing this. Here. I actually do need to go to the merchant for something. Okay. Wait a minute. I was like, there's someone still behind me, isn't there? Oh. Really? Fuck's sake. Oops. Broke that a little early, didn't you? Yeah, you still have things I want.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
If If I remember correctly, there might actually be an item find boost when you're human. If you restored your humanity and haven't died again yet, but I might be mistaken. Alright, don't want to buy any of these. Yes, here we go. Repair box. Tool for repairing weapons and armor at bonfire. Kind of important. Repair powder is fragile and cannot be taken along. But I can repair equipment anywhere. Bottomless box. Box allowing inventory management at bonfire. An entirely unnecessary item, but can be useful. Yeah, I want this. This is a standard key in these parts and will open several residences. Go ahead and take the repair box while I'm here. I don't need anything else he's got.
Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all. Here, I'm not... We talk... Thank you kindly.
Sometimes he's more talkative than others. Less scrupulous players tend to be rather fond of intentionally killing that merchant after they've bought everything they want from him. Because he's actually carrying a very nice katana. Alright, may as well rest. Equipment. Do that. Yeah, with 2 humanity in stock. 158. That first single point of humanity, it makes a huge difference. Since it locked onto him and all, might as well do that. I could hit these guys with an arrow, make them come all the way out here. That's fun. I can even do it one at a time, but Aww. How's it feel to have the archer on my side, huh? You left your block out. Haha. Idiot. Bring it. What are you trying to accomplish? Poke me. You lose. Right, so I'm going to stand where that archer was and turn my attention this way. These guys throwing fire bombs down on the bridge. I would greatly prefer they didn't do that. There's actually a third one, but it's not easy getting the right angle on him. Okay, he's hitting the wall. Oh, so am I. There we go. Easy peasy. You see the guy in the distance there? There's actually another one that's a lot closer. Okay. 3. Why? This doesn't open from this side. Getting kind of used to that. Yeah. Here. Nice try. Something behind there. There soon enough. Look at the light shining on that chest. Looks purple and everything. Black fire bombs. Extra strength. As a matter of fact, I don't use fire bombs terribly often, so, you know what? Let's actually leave both kinds of firebomb there, rather than the throwing knives. Ghoulie Gamer! Thank you for the host. Appreciate it. 3? No. That's too many. Let's just do some gunning down. There's another firebomb. And if I come up here... This is where the firebombers were. You can grab whatever they dropped. Plus that soul of a lost undead that stays up there. You can actually totally... Oh, no, careful. You can go under here, too. Not a lot of people knew that. Notably, Lobos Jr. didn't know about that until his brother went under there. Right. This is one of those doors that the residence key will open. I need to head out back here and grab these goodies. Gold pine resin is something that you can put on an unenchanted weapon to give it a temporary lightning damage boost. Extremely useful for many bosses when you don't already have a weapon like the one I've got right now. You bore me, get up here. I'm gonna try to parry you on flat ground. Bite me! Alright. Stare, come up here! No, I said come up here, you lose. You, get up here! There we go. So, up ahead is the game's first collectible ring. The guy guarding it is more than a little badass. I think I can take him, but I want to be careful about this. I might have been able to actually start with a backstab, come to think of it. Oh, here. Okay, good. Staggered him. You actually can parry him, it's just a scary, scary thought. Yes! Like I said, you can't parry him. That said, I'm not gonna shoot. Alright. You dropped a Titanite chunk, which you need once a weapon has gone above a certain level to be able to upgrade it further. You would think that this would lead somewhere, but it actually doesn't. Instead, this is here. Now, it is actually possible to jump down here from above and grab this and have it and then try to fight the knight, but yeah, I'll pass on it. Hey, Lamoxis, good to see you. Blue Tearstone Ring. Tearstone, I guess I should say, right? Boosts defense while HP is low. The rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue Tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. Basically, it triggers when your health is already so low that one hit would kill you anyway. That maybe if you take a glancing blow, it won't kill you. Suffice it to say, it's not terribly useful. Alright, so up here we have a little bit of a trap. Thankfully I have a way of springing it. Aw, did you drop your flaming barrel early? Because you took an arrow in the face. Aw, Muffin. So you can actually drop down here. There is a platform down there. There's also absolutely nothing on that platform. And if you were to go there, the only way back would be to drop off of right on the other side of the railing from where I'm at, down to that ledge where I said, yeah, there's nothing there. I see somebody left a message out there, but yeah, it's literally no reason to go there. Now this is something I can access with the master key, but probably really shouldn't. A gentleman by the name of Hovel is down here, and he is the thickest armored badass in the game. It's a great little shortcut to be able to go this way past him, but I can't do shit to this guy. His weapon is a dragon's tooth. That, in and of itself, probably says enough. Yeah, he just one-shotted me. I shouldn't have come down there. That's okay. Like I said, I don't really care about my death count. I just have to go back there and get my blood stain. No biggie. It does mean that I'm, fighting these guys again, though. Not only is your soul count in your blood stain, but also your humanity stash. Whee! Well, he's like, huh? What happened? Did you? Well, he got shot in the face too. Grab this. Short sword. Kinda already got that covered though. Yeah, Hovel has the thickest armor in the game, but he doesn't actually drop it. If you want that stuff, you actually find it in a chest later on. What Hovel does drop is one of the best rings you can get. It boosts your equipment load significantly, allowing you to have very thick armor and still be extremely agile. Plus, if I get by him, that also opens up the way to an area called Darkroot Basin, which I would otherwise have to do quite a bit of hoofing to get to. Whoa, whoa, what am I doing? What am I doing? I almost walked right off that ledge. The knight came around the corner early. I'll just shoot him down. Almost. Eh. We went for the jump attack. Bye. Yeah, Hovel's ring does wonders. Oh, huh. Well, in that case. But yeah, I could just try to fight him. So, believe it or not, you actually can parry that Dragon's Tooth it is. But, of course, Logos will actually strip all of his equipment off and face the guy naked every single time. I mean, I do know how to parry. I've been doing lots of parrying, but I don't think I'm going to put myself through trying to beat Hovel at this time. Sorcery tends to be a much easier way of dealing with him, but I only have the absolute basics right now. Huh. Something to miss here. I'll run through it. Let's see, ho, haha, guard, turn, parry, dodge, spin, pop, thrust. Got it. Oh, I did that early. Crap. Get away! That barrel thing only happens once. I don't have to see Hovel again to get my bloodstain because I wisely went back up a floor. Because I knew what was likely to happen. So I don't actually have to aggro him again. Yeah, it's right there. Just grab this and head right back up again. Got my whole souls and humanity back. Again, I kind of don't care what my death count is, although I'm putting it in my stream title because people would ask me about it anyway. What I care about is never losing a bloodstain, never having a double death. I seem to be the only person in the world who actually cares about that, but I do. I sort of consider that the whole 1cc methodology. It's like you're expected to die frequently. The key is you can recover from a death. It's if when you don't that you've basically failed. Alright, so somewhere along here, I think it's in one of these barrels, is a so-called Titanite lizard. Ah, there we go. Those disappear if you don't kill them fast enough. They will respawn, but it takes a while. They are one-time enemies. When you beat them, they're gone for good. And yeah, they drop upgrade materials. Alright. First intended boss is through here. Doesn't show up right away, though. Instead, he comes up through that rubble on the left. Before he does that, I'm going to climb this well-hidden ladder. Get up this tower and deal with the people who would be sniping at me from behind while I'm fighting him. Well in advance. Plus, you're actually supposed to use that tower in an additional manner. Where is he? There he is. Taurus Demon. I can get a few digs in on him with spells. So I'm trying to basically bring him back over to this tower. Oh! I almost didn't get up it fast enough. Oh my word! He hit me a second time there. I made 2 swings of Estus. But yeah, guess what, sucker? There goes half his health. Oh dear, he's coming! Oh, that was close. It's just out of range. Victory achieved. So I slowly saunter over here. Demon's Great Axe. Go on the tower behind him. There's a corpse back here. It's just barely visible. I'll grab that. Here he is. Everybody's favorite sun worshipper.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
This guy is so badass, he can actually help you fight the final boss. But getting him through his own sort of subplot alive is a real challenge.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Absolutely.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
The ever so important white sign soapstone, allowing me to play co-op.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Pretty much anywhere in the game, if you have your humanity, you can see summon signs in the ground, especially right outside of bosses' doors. That tends to be a pretty common place people will put them down. You can use that white sign soapstone to put your own sign down and get summoned into other people's worlds and help them. As for these other messages that are scrawled in the ground, if I bought the orange sign soapstone from that merchant, the Undead Burg, then I can leave messages there that other people would be able to see. You don't get to type in your own things, you build up sentences from a set segment of commands. If you see a golden summon sign as opposed to a white one, that's someone who belongs to a particular covenant. The Jolly Cooperation Covenant, as it's commonly referred to. Yeah, Solaire here is the Covenanter of it, so to speak. And, he's a member. There are some NPC summons, so if you restore your humanity before you fight certain bosses, you will actually see some NPC signs to summon as well. And for certain bosses, he's among them. And like I said, yeah, the Sun Bros, yep. The final boss is actually one of them. He is the only NPC you can summon for the final boss. But good luck getting him there.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Yeah, it's so totally worth it. Yeah, there's an NPC in Dark Souls 2 by the name of Lucatiel that I'm a big fan of, and getting her to be able to endure the campaign is also a big challenge. You get copies of her equipment if you manage to go all the way. And notably, she actually is summonable in one of the DLC boss fights. So, yeah, it's like, she made it. That door is unfortunately locked. Now did I forget a certain... No, alright. Alright, so there's a little problem up ahead. Yeah, those enemies... I don't have to worry about facing them. Hear that? Hi! I remember you. You're the one who jumped in that bridge. Alright, take care, Lamoxis. This half of the bridge will be okay. The other half of the bridge, good luck. I never figured out how to fight this guy melee. What I do know how to do is get the hell out of his way. Come down here. And there's a couple things I can do down here. First and foremost, down this way, there's a busted ladder that I can kick down. And having done that... Remember here? Back at the bonfire. Just opened up a shortcut. So I can go back up there anytime I want. And there's also a way to advance underneath the bridge. Go onward to the next area, the next bonfire. You are not expected to be able to fight that Drake at this time. Or indeed, like, pretty much ever. But he can be fought. I never really figured out how to do it. Apart from, once again, cheesing him with arrows. And this actually requires really good timing and positioning, because he can regenerate his health. And he will do so gladly. But if you get him weak enough to where he wants to do that, and then properly fire your arrows rhythmically, you can prevent him from healing. You'll hit him out of his healing. This is a very narrow ledge to try to fight somebody on. And there's a second enemy back there, which is why I'm not approaching. Twit. Yeah, I do not want to mess with them that way. Although this is one of those cases where if you can actually get the game to perform a kick, you can knock people right off the ledge. one's blocking for the other one. Oh, no, you're no. One thing that you actually can easily cheese, though... Oh. Huh. They made that a little harder. You stand about here, you see his tail? Oops. That gets his attention, then he flies back. There's a running theme in this game. There we go. Position myself, I can hit it twice each cycle. If you hit a creature with a tail in the tail enough times, you will actually sever the tail. This is instantly rewarded with a special item added to your inventory. Somehow, immediately. How and why, I have no idea. But that is a thing in this game. It's totally a thing. Could have fired it then. So this might take a moment. This may or may not take as long as the zombie dragon did. Monster Hunter never interested me, for whatever reason. Probably its name, primarily. Didn't really know anything about it. Yeah, if the creature has a detachable tail, you can get something for detaching it. And you're actually sort of supposed to. Not exactly a spoiler, but there's actually this one dragon you can encounter later on in the game who doesn't attack you. It's just a dragon that you can interact with. But you can actually sneak behind it and cut off its tail. There we go. And it actually won't even aggro it. It's fine with you doing that. Alright, so there we have it. I am now in possession of the Drake Sword, which deals a whopping 200 damage. But yeah, I don't have the strength for it. I would need to level up strength 6 times in order to be able to wield it. And this has no scaling with it whatsoever. It is going to be exactly 200 damage once I get that up. Astro's straight sword is already 160, 170, yeah, 181. And it can actually scale up, although relatively slowly. Yeah, it's like... I don't really have a particular need for this. Weapons, when wielded in 2 hands, you can often get a little... yeah, you can see when she tries to use it what happens anyway. Yeah, when you try to wield a weapon in 2 hands, sometimes you'll get a little bit of leniency on the stats, but yeah. You won't be seeing me use that weapon this run, because I don't see myself getting strength up to that point within an amount of time where it would even be worth it. Yeah. There is actually, the weapon does have a special attack to it. It can perform a ranged blast that streaks across the ground a distance at the cost of, like, 20% of the weapon's durability in one shot. So, yeah, so that happened. I did want to do that, show that off, have the weapon. In order to, you can upgrade the weapon, but that takes dragon scales, although mind you, I do actually have one of those now. And these are upgrade equipment items here. Yeah, dragon scale, reinforced dragon weapons. Peeled from it. The dragon is inseparable from its scales, and the transcendent apostles who seek the perpetuity of the ancient dragons have crossed the very end of the earth to seek this inviolable treasure. Yeah, here's the shard, reinforces standard weapons to +5. Titanite shards are fragments of the legendary slabs. Titanite is etched into weapons to reinforce. Here's a Titanite chunk. Yeah, reinforces standard weapons to +14, and crystal and lightning weapons to +4. The discovery of chunks in Lordran, the race to locate the legendary slabs has begun. But could they be mere myth? Spoiler alert, no. No, they're not. They exist. Reinforces weapons that cannot be reinforced normally to +5. I think that Twinkling Titanite is needed for actually the weapon I'm armed with right now. After this Titanite was peeled from its slab, it is said that it received a special power, but its specific nature is not clear. Right, so, I do not intend to challenge the Drake. Now, I could do that from here with arrows. But yeah, that would be an alarmingly slow process. And like I said, he actually can heal himself. That is something that I need to do from a better spot and when I can deal a lot more damage with an arrow. Because once you've gotten his health down about 2/3, you need to keep up the rhythm pretty much perfectly, or he will heal really fast. I think there are still a lot of people out there that think it's impossible to arrow the Drake to death, but you can. You just have to keep knocking it out of its healing animation. Also, I'll just let this guy get burned. This is actually a very quick, efficient way of farming souls. Because of the bonfire right down there, you come up here, you just let the Drake kill all those enemies. You get the credit for them, and then, you just head back down. As far as picking up those items off of the corpses, yeah, we're gonna wait a bit on that. I can avoid the flames here as well. Yeah, I never figured out how to fight this guy in melee. Thankfully, you never have to. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I suppose if I were to challenge him, I should switch shields. Put on the shield that actually has some fire resistance on it. But let's be realistic here. I don't think I want to mess with him at all. What I do want to do, I do want to head back now, and the reason why is that I want to get Heavy Soul Arrow. I have a second attunement slot, I want to fill it. Taking advantage of everything the game is making available to me. Or at least everything the game has makes available that doesn't require this one massive investment in it and nothing else. By which I mean crushing weapons. Massive levels of strength. I just don't find that fun. Plus, I did mention one thing from this merchant I haven't bought yet. I should go and buy it. Top up my arrow supply. And I probably won't need to come to this guy again, but he'll still be there if I need him.
There you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Yeah, those Black Knights that you fight actually can drop items, and they do not respawn when you beat them. So, yeah, if you're trying to get a particular weapon out of them...
Oh, this one. Ain't she lovely? Her name is Yulia. She's plumb in love with me. You'd never leave my side now, would you, Yulia?
Unfortunately, you can't see what he's talking about, and I sort of... I think that's unfortunate. They should have drawn a beautiful-looking sword on his lap, because that's actually what he's referring to. The katana I mentioned earlier. Yes, I could buy these things from him. Yeah, buy fire bombs. They're only 50 souls apiece, and often well worth it. Yeah, I want the orange soapstone only costs 100. I should pick that up. I suppose I should... No, you can find a dried finger later. Get the bottomless box just to have that. All sorts of weapons and shields here, none of which I care about. I already have the one that I needed, the bow. I will max out my arrow count. That happens at 999. I could spend more on increased inventory, but I don't care. And then there's, yeah, the chain equipment, which I also don't care about. All set here.
Oh, you can forget it. I'm all that she needs. Careful! She'll bite your little fingers off. Be kind, Yulia, be kind.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
Yes. It's getting an equivalent to that sword is something that takes a very long time indeed. Lots of people do actually like to simply kill the merchant in order to get that sword off of him. I see no need to do that. As much as I like the katana in general, there's usually some Western style sword that's better for me to equip anyway. The one I'm using now, for instance. No. One at a time. There we go. Oh! You actually caught me off guard with that. I'm suitably impressed. You're still dead, though. Oh yeah, there's actually a salesman you can purchase katana from. But this is a very roundabout thing to do. In fact, most people who play this game and don't look up information about it would have no idea that that's a thing. It's a bunch of little things that seemingly don't relate to each other at all. Yeah, there is actually a better one that you can get later. But, yeah, the one that Merchant drops is like, second tier. Almost as good. If you've got the dex to wield it, that will carry you a long way. If you have to ask, the answer's no. Let's put it that way, Primcon. You may note that I have the no spoilers tag set, even though you wouldn't be spoiling anything for me. Alright, so we can repair that here. Yeah. Let me get... I wish I could move that interface box. Twitch app sticks on the corner of the screen. If I could even just put it at the other corner, that would be so much better. I didn't see a setting for that, though. It's covering up my soul counter. If it were at the bottom left corner, it wouldn't block a damn thing. Oh, I might be covering my Estus Flask account. No. Also, holy crap, I have a lot of people watching me tonight. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Glad to see that, this is garnering an audience. Alright, time for another sorcery option.
Hello. What weapons have you brought? Go on, show me.
Yeah, boost of nobody. Yeah, I know what you mean. I really wish it were possible to play through Dark Souls 2 with the old whip. But that bloody thing has just no durability. It falls apart so quickly. Oh! Thank you for letting me know that, Chubo. I am definitely looking forward to that. Fantastic. Oh, by the way, speaking of downloadable games on the Switch, Chubo, you and I need to go back to Spelunker Party at some point. So yes, Astera's Straight Sword, 2,000 souls plus a Twinkling Titanite to upgrade that. I'll add 10% to its stats. Solid stuff. After enough upgrades, parameter bonuses might even go up too. Actually, I think they always go up, it's just that, the amount isn't enough to improve its letter grade, so you can see how much I'm getting from the stats. Actually does go up. Yeah, if you level it up enough, the C's will actually change to a B, potentially. Okay, I'm here for this. Let me make sure I get that. Heavy soul arrows are a lot slower, but deal a more sizable amount of damage and stagger enemies. Quite useful this early on. Can I still afford this? Excellent. I will gladly do so. Here we go. I don't need to upgrade any of these other things. Actually, I'm probably going to put some of these things in the bottomless box, just so that I can not have to sift through them if I need to try to switch equipment quickly for whatever reason.
What is it? There's nothing about both.
Nothing new there. Okay.
Goodbye then. Keep your head on out there. You really help break the monotony.
We head back to Firelink Shrine. I feel like she runs very slowly. Buff that up a bit. Still need to, I think I still need to upload highlights of, one or both of our previous episodes of that. I know I haven't been doing a lot of highlighting lately, but I do have all the offline recordings, and eventually I do intend to remedy these absences. It's just so bloody tedious. Tune Magic. I have a second slot. Let's fill it with Heavy Soul Arrow. that's what I did. Now up on the D-pad, I'll cycle between those. A more powerful but also slower sorcery, difficult to use due to a long cooldown and a limitation on the number of castings. Yeah, you only get 12 shots with it. I have just enough intelligence to be able to wield it. I will have to add more for better spells later. This is what it looks like. Yeah. A lot slower. It's a lot harder. I one-shot the armor guy. Yeah. Whoops. I meant for that to be a standard soul arrow. Let me switch that back real quick. Yeah, I said in my other non-remastered Dark Souls run that I will try to complete all the quests for all the NPCs, but I would make no promises that I would succeed. I may or may not try to do that here. Hurry up. I ain't waiting for you. Oh, and I just noticed what time it is. Yeah, I make it a point to do lots of parries. As I was saying earlier that I'm sure that lots of people will say that I'm kind of scrubbish at this game, given how much use of sorceries and arrows I employ, but I try to make it a point to, when I'm actually in melee, to parry as much as possible, to show that I actually do know what I'm doing. That was a little weird, but I guess it worked. Yeah, parrying is one of my favorite things to do in the game. One of my favorite mechanics. I should look at the gestures list here. That one you usually don't need. Put the shrug in there. There's a more formal bow you can get later. Yeah, you can't climb up that way, but ladder works. Let's see. I'm not sure exactly where or when I want to break this game off, but I'll have to do it relatively soon. But this is probably going to become my Wednesday night for some time coming. I intend to stick with this run. That said, I reserve the right to squeeze in something else on the occasional Wednesday night if I want. Today's the day I do what I want to do. Oh yeah! You know, maybe because Dark Souls requires so much mental investment. I actually had a plan for what I was going to do tomorrow, but I can't seem to think of it right now. It has slipped my mind. It's another one of those black knights up here, and... Really? My, that did not go well. Actually, still locked onto him, aren't I? Yeah. Didn't even hit him, did it? That was dumb. Oh, it actually worked. Excellent. Yeah, you can take advantage of the steps here. As is often the case in a video game, whoever has the low ground has an advantage. Advantage to the high ground does not really seem to apply in video games at all. Except maybe for a tactical game where it's specifically built in. Right, so if you just want to get in past this guy... Actually, this is kind of glitchy. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Maybe they fixed this in the remaster. Yeah, if you shoot him while he's on the bridge from behind, he goes away. You usually see him fly off into the distance, though? And then you know he's left the bridge alone. And then you can actually just go into the space underneath them, behind him. But there's this weird thing that happens where sometimes that's not what happens. He just straight up despawns rather than flies away. And you say, I want to get in under there. Nope, and he's back. Yeah. I see they did not fix that. First off, let me make sure that this guy goes away, because I don't want to have to mess with him. He did not drop anything? Okay. Sometimes he will actually visibly fly away, and then you can come back down to where the bridge is, and he won't be there. So you can get to the space behind him without fighting him. He is not being drawn right now. My arrows are hitting the wall, annoyingly. Yeah, he's not there. From that spot. But if I come down to here... It was something they intended, that you can hit him from behind and he'll be like, oh crap, I'm just going to get out of here. And then you can go to the spot that he's guarding safely. But sometimes that doesn't work. And I don't know why. And that seems to be happening right here and now. Because he's there. That is a bug. One of the subtler, lesser-known bugs in the game, but a bug all the same. So I'm gonna actually have to call this, like, momentarily. I can try this one more time. But yeah, I might simply need to rest at a bonfire and do this some other time. Because, yeah, it's not working. Yeah, he's just... I don't know why that happens. He's not visible from there. What's supposed to happen is that when you hit him from behind, like with an arrow from here, rather than just up and vanish, you will actually see him fly away. You can actually see him travel off into the sky, and then you can go in the space behind him. But that is more than a little glitchy, as you just saw. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping that would be something that was fixed in the remaster, but apparently not. Speaking of remasters, I think that the Borderlands Game of the Year remaster is supposed to be out soon, and I want to do that too, but only if they actually fixed a lot of the bugs associated with that game. Sanity knows there's enough of them, like, you know, the melee damage bonus not working on the guaranteed drop of the game's very first boss. And indeed, all other weapons in the game that are not revolvers, melee damage boosts don't work. If they fixed that, then I'm willing to buy it. If they didn't fix that, they can go fuck themselves. What the hell are they even trying to do re-releasing the game? What do they think they are? NIS America? Oh snap, I went there. Yeah, forget it. Before the batteries on this run out as well, and I don't have more to grab, I had better just call this a stream. It's been 4 hours anyway. Give or take. So, with that in mind, I will bid you adieu. Take care, never forget to play, and I will catch you next time.